Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like up, bold, and the beautiful fans, we've got huge news. I'm so excited to tell you that finally, Matthew Atkinson is back to B and B in September. We're getting back in Lay. If you haven't heard, he's going to be back on our screens. His return is sure to shake up some things, including some possible couple swaps. We're going to talk about some major couple shakeups that may happen. These may be triggered by Thomas's return and other recent events. Alright, so amazing news. It's confirmed. Matthew Atkinson is back. He's filming as Thomas Forrester. Here's a look at photos of him playing cornhole at the new studio where B&B has moved to shoot. With Matt Atkinson back filming, that means he's going to be on air in about 3 to 5 weeks. So it will be September, no doubt. Fans are thrilled. I know I'm thrilled. Everybody's been demanding to know, where's Thomas Forrester? When's he going to be back? With Matt Atkinson's character returning, this can go one of two ways, short-term or long-term. Let's talk about those possibilities. The worst-case scenario, honestly, is Thomas comes back with Diamond White. Just long enough for them to get married at the Forrester mansion. Then Thomas leaves LA again with Paris, and the exit is permanent. Just because they're making a big deal out of him coming back, I don't trust. I'll just say that. If you remember, Wyatt Spencer, Darren Brooks, was brought back for closure long enough to hand over the keys to the beach house and say, "Oh, I'm off to live my best life out of Lay." They brought Darren Brooks back for closure to wrap things up in a neat little bow, and then they wrote him out. That would stink if that's what they're doing with Matt Atkinson, because fans have been waiting on Thomas to come back. The best-case scenario is Matt Atkinson is back on contract as Thomas, and he's sticking around. If so, that's going to change a lot of things for many characters. One thing is for sure. Annika Noel will be absolutely thrown for a loop when Thomas returns. By the way, Diamond White has shown no signs that she is returning. She's on other projects. That doesn't mean she's not back for 1 or 2 episodes to get married to Thomas and then leave. But long-term, Diamond White is busy with other projects, just by the way. A lot has happened in Hope's life during Thomas' absence. Hope is engaged to Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. She's on this emotional roller coaster with Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. Don't forget Thomas, as far as we know, is engaged to Grace's daughter Paris Buckingham. So the psycho doctor that scammed Liam Spencer is set to be a step-grandma to Hope Logan's son, Douglas Forrester, Henry Joseph Summery. We also have to wonder, is Henry Joseph Summery back as Douglas Forrester? There's no confirmation on that either. I assume that we're going to see father and son. Unless to say, pick up his mom, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. Taylor is crushed because Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, dumps her, and then Thomas and Taylor leave town again. That's a possibility for an in and out with a little bit of closure. We have to think about all these things that Brad Bell might be doing to us. That's another bad possibility, that this is a flash in the pan, and not a long-term return. No doubt Thomas thanked Liam Spencer for saving his sisters, Jacqueline Miss Sins Woodlife. I do wonder if we're going to hear anything about how Paris feels about what her mom Grace did. Also, when Thomas returns, feel a tingle. Her old feelings for Thomas might return if he's sticking around. If you remember, it was actually Thomas who dumped Hope because she turned down his proposal. So he may be stunned to see a ring on her finger that Carter put there, despite them only having been dating 5 minutes. I do think Hope would still be with Thomas now if she could. If he hadn't left town when he and Paris came back. If you remember, Hope Logan tried to get him to dump Paris Buckingham and reunite with her. I'd be stunned if Hope Logan didn't have some big feelings about Thomas' return. That means, especially if Paris isn't back with Thomas. If Thomas comes back single, reveals his engagement to Paris is over, and is staying in La, Hope may want to be with Thomas again. She might find herself drawn right back in. That would be one couple shakeup that could lead to another. Carter might drift over to Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, who's back in the mix now. The timing on all this is very interesting. I could even see Daphne and Thomas conspiring to split up Carter and Hope. I would totally be down to see a scheme like that on. We all know Thomas can be a bad boy at times. If he's coming back for Hope, I could see him plotting with Daphne. Let's be real. Thomas should know Daphne because she is very good friends with his sister Steffi. It would make total sense. If you remember, Daphne Rose first came to Lay because Steffi asked her to come split Carter and Hope up. So this time it could be Thomas conspiring with Daphne Rose. There are sparks between Carter and Daphne. I feel like Hope still has a place for Thomas in her heart. Also, there are a ton of folk shippers out there who would love to see Hope reunite with Thomas. It would be great for ratings. Of course, Hope has gotten closer to Liam Spencer more in recent days. But Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, is head over heels in love with Liam and wants to rekindle with him. I'm betting Ivy goes to see Liam soon and tells him how she feels. Ivy, of course, is going to be floored to hear the whole cancer thing. So we could see Liam and Ivy sparking. Hope may lean towards Liam, but I think he could lean towards Ivy. She could be in the mix. Thomas is back, so we could have a 3- or 4-way couple swap, which would be very interesting. Of course, Hope is still engaged to Carter, at least for now. Do you suspect Thomas' return could throw things out of whack for Hope, Liam, Carter, Ivy, and Daphne? Aside from rearranging love interests, Thomas has another issue to address when he's in Lair. He needs to confront his dad, Ridge Forrester, about breaking his mom Taylor's heart once again by going back to Catherine Kelly Lang. Thomas is going to be upset with his dad, Ridge Forrester. We know Steffi's going to be really upset too. Thomas should be back in Lay a little before Steffi returns. Jacqueline Messins Wood is currently on maternity leave after having her 5th child. She hasn't yet confirmed the birth, but she's way past her due date. Generally, she doesn't let people know until several weeks after she's had the kid. She should be back sometime in September, like late September, maybe early October. When Steffi is back, she's not going to like it that Ridge broke his promise to her that he would never break her mom Taylor's heart again. Yet that is exactly what he is doing this week, unless they drag it into next week. I do suspect there is tons of drama all over the place when Thomas returns. I'm just really hoping this isn't Brad Bell bringing back Matt Atkinson for just a hot minute to tie off loose ends before they write him out permanently like they did with Wyatt. So he is hoping Thomas is back for good. We will let you know more when we find out if he's on contract or if it's a drive-by.